Give me sound, baby, give me sound.
Hi, Bob. I'm in your soul.
Great. That's a great first impression.
Look, we get like 39 views on every
Look.
episode. It's not going to make it any worse.
It's lonely in here, Bob. Get
Yep.
some more soul.
Yeah, Bob.
Get some food for your soul.
I don't know if I actually showed this to the class last week, but we have a copy of Megaforce on compact disc. Not the movie, but the soundtrack.
Yeah. And it's sealed, so you know it's good.
I don't know if this is factory sealed because a lot of the stuff at Amiibo was sealed,
Oh yeah, that's they sealed that on their own.
but it's nicely sealed. I mean, it's factory enough.
I mean, they did a good job with their
They
fake
did.
seal.
Yeah. It's out of print,
Yeah,
but I have a copy.
it's good that they put a whole sticker on it that says "rare."
Actually, this was a limited release. It may have been a re-release. I don't know. Jens would know.
Jen's okay.
Yeah. Why?
He's just been distant.
He's been busy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been busy a lot with work and some other stuff and Goldsmith Odyssey stuff.
Okay.
And some traveling.
That's the cat.
That is your cat. Yes.
Hey, cat.
Your cat heard us start recording. Got your cat rang the bell.
I was like,
knows
it's-
when we start recording.
Kitty, come here. Be on the internet.
Come internet with us.
The internet likes cats.
Yep.
8 out of 10 people on
No,
the
it's
internet
all
likes cats.
axolotls now.
It's about to be wikibuttholes.com.
Yeah, it is.
Dot org.
Judi Dench is a cat.
What?
Celebrity buttholes. We were talking about.
Oh yeah,
Judi
we
Dench
just
is a
we
cat.
could just post the entire Cats movie and just say here you
Oh,
go,
right.
celebrity
Yeah,
buttholes.
Those buttholes.
Idris Elba butthole.
I thought we were talking about cats when I was putting my headphones on and I heard buttholes. So I said Judi Dench. Just what my brain.
As you do.
That's what my brain does.
Yeah. Cats? What? Buttholes? Judi Dench?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
Check.
You know, Shakespearean logic.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what is this Judi Dench that doth be before me? And
Yeah.
thine butthole.
Line up butthole. Music.
Is that light's usually not on, is it?
I don't.
What, that one?
There's like a sunburst right behind me.
I don't think so. I think I don't know why that light's on.
Yeah, you're correct. It's not usually on.
There's an angel behind me. Hello, Internet. Does this tell me now anymore how many people are watching? Yeah, sort of. This sucks. YouTube sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that change.
What is this?
What is what?
Well, like in the related videos section, there are these tabs now, and one of the tabs says listenable.
Huh?
Like, are you judging if we're listenable or not?
I don't have.
What does that mean?
Wait, what tabs?
Maybe we got unflagged from that for our first couple seconds being silent. Oh God, I'm gonna
It's
die.
like, oh yeah, they
We're unlistenable now. Sorry.
Are you all right?
No.
they turn their fucking audio on.
Fuck's
The
wrong with you?
amateurs.
I mean, I know, but right here,
Oh, weird.
like, what is this distinction? Like, what is the listenable category?
I wonder if it's stuff where it's not important to watch. It's, like music or podcast or.
I guess, but like this Jim Brewer video is not listenable.
I'm sure Jim Brewer. Well, Jim Brewer isn't really listenable, but
This angry video game nerd video is not listenable.
none of those are listenable. Hello, angry video game nerd, who I've seen more in person than some of my own family.
True. Every year.
Yeah. Once a year, every year, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Uh,
I keep getting weird updates from Free Play Florida. It sounds like they've broken up the room into smaller rooms, like themed rooms. Like here's the
really?
jungle area where you can play Pitfall and the Indiana Jones pinball machine, and
It's gonna be like a series of fries or Orlando area McDonald's.
yeah. I mean, they did that Tron room that one year.
Hmm.
It sounds like they're doing a bunch of those for different things.
Okay.
Or just is it a bunch of sections? Because don't they do it in that one big ballroom? They don't split their rooms up, right?
They could be building like a fake mall. I kind of remember like before the pandemic hit, they were talking about like it's going to be a mall in the room, and
That'd be kind of cool.
I guess, but it just seems an awful lot of fucking work.
Yeah, for something fun, you know.
I guess. Whatever.
So we've been seeing angry video game nerd guy. I couldn't pick him out of it.
He's there every year.
Is he?
He's at he is at Free Play Florida.
Yeah.
Bob. Matt.
I couldn't pick him out of the lineup.
No, I only know because he's got a giant fucking banner and his
Yeah.
name's all over the shit.
And a line that gets in the way of you trying to play pinball machines.
He has a line once during the weekend, and that's it. I never see anybody else.
I think it's because he's very limited to when he's actually sitting there
Gotcha.
doing shit.
Was
He's
this the
there
guy
for
that
an
was
hour.
driving an arcade cabinet
No,
around?
No,
that's
no.
Keith Apothecary.
Keith Apicary.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it's the
Know your
distiller
enemies.
of
Sorry.
mortar and pestles.
I don't think.
Although that guy, man, I don't like Keith Apicary at all. Sorry if you're out there and listening. I'm about to say nice things about you anyway. He is straight up in his lane. His people fucking love it, and he has no shame about doing his weird ass fucking thing.
It's just weird that there's no growth out of that lane. It is just like.
No, there's like
people who originally found him when he first started doing whatever dumb weird thing he does are the only people. It's not like he's drawing in new fans.
Is he the guy that does the weird arm dance? Is that him from like early YouTube days? Is that him? There was like some
Oh, I
guy
don't
that
know.
did a weird flailing arm
he looks like
dance.
he would do a weird arm dance.
I don't know anything about the internet, even though I've been on it since its inception.
What's with this internet?
It's a fad.
I kind of straight off the bat went like, oh, that's neat. I was like, that's about as much attention as I was like, oh, I can look shit up, cool. And I did not base my life on it in any way, shape, or form. And that's where somehow I got up on the off ramp of life because the world was like, this is everything.
Yes, Bob. It's a classic arcade and pinball and video game convention.
Held in Orlando,
Florida.
Harlow will like this joke.
Oh.
One of the themed rooms for all these alien, supernatural UFO stuff is called Area 50 Fun.
Hey, I like.
It's okay. It's okay.
If you'd said it, you'd be on the floor blowing
okay.
yourself.
I like the. I mean, of the like base
He only
level.
likes it when he does it.
That's what I'm saying.
My favorite of like the base level, like okay, that's both a stretch and like really good. And yeah, I love the Island of Dr. Morglow. That was one of my favorite things. The
Yeah,
Blacklight mini golf.
The Cassett, the Bat Family Fun
Yeah,
Center.
I mean, yeah, you'd say family fun center. Every city's got one or two or five. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying ours had a indoor blacklight mini golf. That was the Island of Dr. Morglow.
Mhm.
May still have it. I don't know. Haven't been there in a long time.
I don't know.
Never since
they
I
went
didn't
a
have
little.
never saw I stopped having a family and fun.
They went a little upscale, not
Oh,
in the before times.
I see.
They installed like some fancy bowling alleys.
Ooh. Axe throwing. That's always fun.
Probably.
Fun for
That
your
is
family.
fun for the family. Hey,
Yeah.
kids.
Here's something sharp.
There's an axe.
Give it your best Howie Long.
The axe throwing thing is fun, but after like 15 minutes, you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I've thrown an axe now and hit a thing,
So,
put a hole in my toe.
do they do knife throwing somewhere? Can you do knife throwing?
You can do knife throwing anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Well, I just
all you
wondered. Like,
need
I
is
mean,
a
I was
knife.
like, I would think it's just strange. I feel like skipping straight to axe throwing was like skipping a couple lanes. I mean, it was like,
Knife throwing is harder.
is it?
Yeah,
Really? Okay,
yeah,
Wow.
it is
I would just think
because
that,
this
the in over in action of an axe and the awkwardness of holding one. I mean, I assume they're just little hatchets, like hand.
right
hatchets.
they are, and so it's because of the distance and the revolutions, and also an axe is a little bit more stable flying through the air because it's got more weight to it.
Okay.
So surprisingly, it's easier to throw an axe or a tomahawk or a hatchet.
All right.
It's really it's not that hard. Like once you've been shown the technique of throwing an axe.
Yeah, because you really just kind of want it to go over once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like right to the thing. Yeah.
And as long as you're not like throwing it like that. Doing a Keith Apothecary early internet dance, as we've established.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this guy up now. I don't know if I want to Google Keith Apothecary or
Apicary, Apicary. But yeah, as long as you're throwing it like straight, really the only thing that matters is your distance from your backstop.
Oh, so he showed up on America's Got Talent.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, now he's too good for it.
Yeah, I think this is what I'm thinking of, the victory dance. It's from 2012. I'm pretty sure this is. Sorry if we're gonna get flagged or something. I'm gonna try to make it be quiet. Yeah, him dancing is under. That's from what like glimpses of
That's
him.
basically what he does at the show floor.
I'm saying like him like slightly bald-headed self going by.
Yeah.
And glancing. I'm like, is that the guy that does the weird dance on YouTube?
He's the guy who plays like. Isn't he the one who plays like rap music and then raps over it?
Yeah, he plays his own rap music and raps over it.
So the original rap is not like he takes the words out of the original one. It's still going.
It's just raps on raps.
Yeah. They're his raps though.
Right.
Okay, I got to see some of this performance here.
He's rapping.
This is wildly entertaining for folks out there, and
Sure.
It's okay.
This is middle-aged white men react to other middle-aged white men.
We should do that
on YouTube.
We should react to things that the kids do.
Hi, y'all.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you how to reside your shed. I'm just
Okay, thanks, Hank Hill.
I'm just saying, like, I assume that's what middle-aged white people are generally doing on
Yes,
YouTube.
it's just middle-aged man. The sketch. Always connect positive to positive. Only reason I know how to jumpstart a car is because of that Mike Myers sketch. Middle-aged man, our car won't start. Well, you need jumper cables.
Jumper cables also usually have the directions right on the cables.
I know,
so.
but ain't nobody got time for that. Just, where do I do with this?
You're supposed to. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to go positive, positive, negative, negative. You're supposed to ground the destination car. Is that right? You're like supposed to put on the engine block. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't had to jump a car in a while.
But on a lot of cars, it's surprisingly difficult to find a good ground in the engine bay.
Yeah, because most of it's plastic now.
Plastic or aluminum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to use the shock tower.
That's why I just stick it to my tongue and stand in water.
Yeah.
That's how I
do that.
It works.
Because I'm a fucking man
Stick it in a potato.
who's stupid.
I just do it battery to battery, man. Fuck it. If it's gonna explode, it's my time to meet God.
Just
Whatever.
battery to battery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Just dock
saying?
it in
Just
there.
dock it. Docking.
Oh, hey,
Commander Shepard requests docking procedure.
Did you know we are live on our YouTube channel?
What? Old white men react to being live on their own YouTube channel.
It's necessary to go slightly higher pitch when saying what.
Can you do the big eyes for me on the thumbnail? I got like eyes like that. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing it right now. I know exactly where to do it.
Perfect.
I'll do it. For you.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'll even paste googly eyes on your.
Yeah. Regular big eyes
Yes.
and then googly eyes up here.
It's weird is I can only really cross my jaw like that one way. Like I can't do it the other way, not as far. I can like almost dislocate my jaw one way.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm just saying like this way it like doesn't want to move at all. I've probably gotten punched on this side of the face
Practice.
too many
You
times.
need to practice.
I mean, it makes sense, right? He's coming after me.
Yeah, right. He's coming after you.
It's true. We've seen it in our fucking comments, haven't we?
Yeah.
Podcast?
Yeah.
We should give them our Killdozer face.
We should before our fans doze off.
Let's give them some thrills, Dozer. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Life with the thrill dill kills her colt.
Yeah,
Just dill
No.
filled
Thrill dill kills her.
Nil.
Jill. Yeah. Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Unique New York. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Double check. 588. Is that
No.
right? Nope.
5:58.
58. Thank you. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
All right.
Episode 558.
Look at those numbers. Just
5:58.
All right. I like numbers.
Every week.
Goes up
yeah,
by one.
it's crazy.
It's our promise to you, the listener.
Yes, that's what happens on BMFcast Prime.
Stop that voice right
Okay.
now.
Fine.
Why don't you like voices like this, Chuck?
Oh, God.
My name is Harlow.
I'm Slappy.
Hey, I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks. The gold standard of Jocks movies. You just
However-
made a yummy sound.
Not so yummy sounds get bad movies. They get negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags is giant bags of trash in which they belong.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are like yucky noises.
Hefty.
Right.
Bag,
Wimpy.
bag.
Wimpy. Cinch sack.
All right. So, yes,
Uh-huh.
you can cinch my sack.
Right on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the finale of Spooky Month,
Right.
everybody.
This whole
Hooray.
new thing we're trying that the internet has never, ever attempted before.
They're going to copy us.
I know. Just let it be known. We were the
Remember who did it first.
first.
Remember the BMFcast.
The pagans and us. But yes, we watch spooky movies all month. Spooky movies all month. So we watch spooky months all movie,
Yep.
and then our final one is
It's called Killdozer.
it's a big movie in terms of like I think we've like referenced it and the world has referenced it. It is a tiny little movie.
It's
in,
a fun
in
movie to
actuality.
reference.
Yes, it is just a thing that is like got a
Yeah.
great title, and then life was like, what if life imitates art? And
Uh-huh.
and then we've made plenty of Killdozer jokes as other bulldozers have murdered people in movies, and here we are, finally time.
Right.
558
The
episodes
origin
later.
story.
The original OG Killdozer.
1974's
This
Killdozer.
documentary.
Right. An
Killdozer.
inside look at what actually happened to 4 or 5 slightly old
Construction
men.
workers in Madagascar.
There were 6 people. There were 6 men on this island.
6. It says 6 on the back of the box.
6.
Yeah.
I was going to say 6. But yes, it's true. It is a lot of fun whenever you see a bulldozer anywhere to point at it and shout Killdozer.
Sure. I
Sure.
mean, there was a Marvel comic. There were, I
Yep.
believe, there were. I don't know about action figures, but I think there was like miniature versions of Killdozer.
I
have
mean,
been made over the years.
Any
I think.
toy
Yeah.
bulldozer is a Killdozer if you use it right.
I mean, I think specifically, like people over
Yeah.
the years have been like this specific
Sure.
design.
I'm sure
is
there was
kind
probably
of iconic, like
an
the
official one.
Plymouth Fury.
Yep.
You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, this is based on a 40s novella. So
What was it, like 6 pages long?
it was probably
I mean, they
what we
showed-
would call a graphic novel now.
Well,
It was
the-
probably an illustrated
the,
sci-fi.
the bonus footage has
It has a cover. Of
it has a cover from like an old sci-fi magazine,
Yeah.
which I mean, technically speaking, that's where several large-scale
Mm-hmm.
sci-fi things may have originated in like a small treatment, and then they got expanded out. I
Right.
mean, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. I believe that's like the first
Mm-hmm.
version of I Am Legend was like printed in a sci-fi magazine and then adapted like 18,000 times.
This would make a really good 30-minute anthology show episode.
Yes.
It is a short, brisk, 74-minute television movie.
Well,
Which is too long still.
This
It is
could be
too
a
long.
better movie if like they bothered to have things happen. That's not necessarily the problem. The problem is not necessarily the source material or what happens in this movie. It's that they had a couple of pieces of like real life Tonka toys and 6 people and $12 to go do nothing with. I'm just saying, like it was basically
There's
like
a very good, dumb sci-fi premise here
Sure.
of a thing falling from space and possessing a bulldozer, and the bulldozer wants to kill people. But then it doesn't remember to do anything else.
right. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, with this premise, you also need to bring along some stuntmen and more destructible sets.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you're going to make this movie fun is
Yeah.
to.
You can't do it on a remote, isolated island with nothing but, like, bush.
Yeah. I mean, if the entire family was there, that'd be okay. But
Maybe.
yeah.
Then everything would be zen.
Jeb.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so the movie starts with a space rock that lands on this island where 6 dudes are working for the Warburton Corporation,
Yeah, we gotta
I
clean out.
almost forgotten about
which
that.
we saw that in the first frame, and we're like, oh, there's the whole movie. We're going to be doing that the entire time, and then
Somehow
it never
we
happened
resisted
again.
because it was yeah.
Yeah, it was just
There was
passing.
There wasn't much
No.
interesting shit to riff on.
There wasn't really.
Well, because for the rest of the movie, all the bulldozers and things just say Warco,
Yeah,
which
they
I
do.
assume
Yeah,
is the
which is
shortened form
the
of
Warburton Corporation.
Yeah.
Warco.
Warco's cool as shit.
Hey, he's that guy that worked for E-Man, right?
Yeah. Little wizard guy.
Yeah.
Warco.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, the rock falls and lands, and then Robert Urich is doing his job bulldozing a thing. They're on like a small island off the coast of Africa that was used for World War II shit. So they're just bulldozing all the World War II shit. It's never really explained what they're actually doing, like why they're doing it. But they
Probably oil
sure. But they've got to clear it
or
out.
blood diamonds or something awful.
Something horrible. Yeah, so they got what they deserved. Killdozer hero. But yeah, they bump Robert Urich. No. Robert Urich has bumped into the rock, the space rock, not the actual rock.
Yeah, right, not Dwayne Johnson.
No. The space rock.
Mm-hmm.
And he hops out and is like, "Come take a look at this, boss. There's a space rock here." And the guy's like, "Whatever. We need to bulldoze." So he just starts bulldozing, and the rock turns blue. Blue mist comes out of the rock and possesses the bulldozer. And then Robert Urich goes, "Ah!" and falls over and is mostly dead.
This is true.
Yeah.
He
And
gets-
then
he gets space herpes,
yeah, sort of.
except they're deadly.
Radiation, it seems like.
Okay.
You know.
It like puts his arm in a cast, and he's
It doesn't put his arm in a
Burns
cast.
his
It
face
injures
off.
his arm.
But anyway, there's like one guy here who's like super duper good friends with Robert Urich, and Robert Urich is like, "Send everyone out. I gotta talk to the boss." And his friend is like, "But
His friend is
I'm your buddy."
Is a special guy.
he doesn't
just-
make friends easy, but when he does, you're friends for life, and
Yeah.
then and beyond.
I'm only pointing it out because like this guy's character plays out like a character from something 30 years or older. I'm just saying like he is so unrealistically like goofball that it's like I can't. I mean, even from like a 70s thing, I'm like, really? Like, is anybody this naive and stupid ever?
It's
like,
a very odd. Like
yeah.
he's my buddy. He's my
Right.
pal. And
Well, let's go swimming. I know people are dying and stuff, but tunes.
did I ever tell you I was into football and did
Right.
things? And
Yeah.
it's just like, guy.
Shut up.
But anyway, Robert Urich talks to the boss who was driving the bulldozer. And he was like, "You saw it, right? You saw the thing?" And his boss is like, "I don't know what you're talking about, Urich." And then he dies.
Alas, poor Yerk.
Yeah, and so the rest of this is just there's a lot of just kind of this corporate-y, just shut up and put your head down and work. But then they keep seeing the Killdozer do stuff.
Well, like, yeah, he goes back out to get the dozer after, because they just left it there, and he brought Robert Urich back.
The
to,
D9, please.
Okay,
Call it its
sure.
proper title because no one fucking says the word bulldozer or Killdozer in this motion
Oh,
picture.
they do. I think they say the dozer wants to kill.
They do
but
say
that's the
yes.
closest
Yeah,
they
it's
get
like,
to.
come on.
Yeah. But yes, he goes back out to retrieve the piece of equipment, and it tries to act up on him, and he has to cut the gas line or hydraulics line or something. But
He cuts the fuel line.
I'm just saying, it's like one of those things. It's like, yeah, you have now seen proof twice that this thing is doing crazy shit, and
But he's still like,
yeah,
nope,
so
we
it's
got
like,
2 days to
well,
finish.
Yeah, we're real sorry that Robert Urich died, but anyway, get up early in the morning and got work to do.
Mhm.
Most Killdozer most likely kill you in the morning.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much him.
But he does kind of say, listen, I don't want anybody driving that. Because he goes in the middle of the night and tows it back to camp and parks
It's a bad
it there.
idea.
And he's like, listen, there's something wrong with it. The mechanic there is like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff wrong with it. And so he's like, everyone just leave it alone. So the first thing the one character does in the morning when they go off to work is just like, I'm taking the bulldozer. And he's like, honk, honk, I can't hear you.
You know that dude has been waiting for what's his name to die
So
for
he
like
get-
a week.
Yeah, so
Because
could
he
drive.
fucking loves that D9 because it's the biggest motherfucker on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, ha ha ha! Finally,
Yeah.
I get to drive the tractor.
And Killdozer, by the way, has noticed that they use the radio for communication.
Yeah.
When they brought it back, so it's got 2 headlamps on it that light up.
Like eyes.
Yeah, and it makes growling noises every so
It
often.
also makes beep boop noises, which
It does.
doesn't make any sense.
It makes electronics noises, 70s electronics bullshit, but there's no electronics in this thing. It is strictly mechanical.
Mhm. Also, for a bunch of dudes that work on solely like old school diesel like motors and shit, they seem to know. Like, I get that like one guy's a mechanic and that's his specialty, right? Sure, but like your average bulldozer guy in the 70s, I think, would know a little bit more about the equipment. I mean, they're just speaking so mythically about this stuff, like can't kill a machine. It's like, yeah, you should know there's lots of ways to kill a machine, like water in the air intake, like rust,
Yes.
I mean, sugar, like any
They-
of these things
just-
that will like clog up a motor. I'm just saying, it's like, do you?
Obviously,
yeah.
this wasn't written by construction professionals.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like it's just really bizarre. These
Well,
people are just like.
I mean, the
so,
boss
like-
does say, because so after the dude drives off in Killdozer, Killdozer's like, the radio, I'm gonna gently tap it over, and then run it, and then crush it, and then just I'm free. I'm gonna go
well,
fuck around in the fields.
But it's dragging this one guy with him. With like Killdozer, this one guy is supposed to be operating it.
Well, he's still riding it.
He's still riding
until
it.
he decides to jump out and
Yeah,
then
but
act
it's
like a goddamn idiot.
But it's like after it's destroyed the shit in the
Yes.
I mean, it's like driven out of camp and everything after it crushed the radio.
It's gone off and
Yeah,
it's
it's off in the dunes.
yes.
Yeah.
And then it's in a little clearing, and that's when the dude's like, I'm gonna jump out of Killdozer, and then I'm gonna just kind of run around it in circles and fall down a lot, and then I'm gonna hide in
He's fighting it like Kirk fights thing in Star Trek, like
Even
you know,
worse
like
than that.
like circling it like you're gonna have some sort of advantage, and it's like it's a fucking bulldozer.
yeah. It's like, if I can just get the drop on
Yeah.
Killdozer, it's like it's not gonna
It's
happen.
not a goddamn Gorn.
But like the boss shows up just in time to see him get fucking crushed, and then
he goes in a tube specifically to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
burritoed.
He dives in a culvert.
Yep.
And it just it's a culvert that's just laying out there.
Yep.
And Killdozer's like, oh, perfect,
thanks,
right
guy.
where I wanted you.
Crunch. And now there are 2 dead bodies on the beach, and everyone's like, "The fuck, boss!"
out of 6 people, they're down 33.3% of their workforce at this point.
Yeah, and he's like, "Go to bed. We
Yeah,
got to get up
just-
in the morning and
It's gonna
work."
be- Gonna be a little bit harder day working. We gotta make up
and
for
they just-
16 extra hours.
They keep cutting to Killdozer, which is just frolicking out in the fields, just like we. And they have decided it's out of fuel by now. We got nothing to worry about. Let's go to bed. So that is their knowledge of equipment at that point. Maybe that's why they're like, we can't kill it because it's out of fuel. It should not be moving, but it is. So maybe they just think sugar in the gas tank's not going to do anything and all that shit. But man,
Put a banana in the tailpipe. That always works.
it comes back in the morning and it's just like, fuck your camp. I'm going to wreck all this shit. And they do the first wise thing they do, which is run up a hill and stand there. They're like, well, it can't get us up here. And it's like, okay, this movie's over. Like, they've established a countdown timer of resupply ship is coming in 36 hours. All they have to do is stand on that fucking hill.
I mean, that is 3 days. That's a long time to be on a hill, Chuck.
No, it's 36 hours.
Ask
It's a
my
day and
Oh,
a
it's a day and a
half.
half.
Ask my
Oh,
fucking
shit, yeah.
grandpa about that. No.
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, no, no,
And they do sneak back down and get all the supplies and shit that Killdozer
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
ruin. And they're like, fill that truck with diesel fuel and let's all convoy up to the hills. It's like, no, you fucking idiots.
but that's exactly what they do.
Yeah. And Killdozer's listening because it keeps it keeps just showing up. It's like, haha, I heard your plan. You were going to ram me with your truck full of fuel. I'm going to ram it first.
Well, they brought like the first Ford pickup truck ever. It's like the Ford One
Yeah.
F1,
Yeah.
and it's like it gets like a 1 degree grade on the hill, and it's like no, she's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's like
The one that carried people around in the Grapes of Wrath where, it's like, come on, we got to get to the farms to do work. So, but yeah, it just rams that thing, blows that thing up. The one guy, the mechanic guy, is stuck in it. He's dead. So now there's 3 dead bodies on the beach. There's this running thing about the boss who had an alcohol problem, and this is his last chance to continue working around heavy machinery, or else this time he's fired. And so they're constantly just handing him alcohol, and he's like, nope, not going to drink that because I'm the lead of the film. And that goes fucking nowhere. I mean, before they all saw Killdozer destroy their camp, they were sort of acting like, hey, drunkie, did you see Killdozer doing stuff because you're fucking drunk,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot? He's like, nope, saw it because it's real.
Yeah, and also one guy overheard Robert Yerkes dying, like,
Yes.
it's the blue light that came out of the rock and
You
took
never
over the
hear
dozer.
it.
Well,
He's saying it in a tent. It's not like
okay, yes.
Right.
It
the
was
sound instantly went out to everywhere.
it was
You don't
an-
have to drop any eaves. You just exist nearby it.
Right.
It was an intense conversation.
Yes, it was. Yeah, so we're down to 3 dudes now. And they
Oh, the one guy, like Slappy, the
Simple
the Forrest
Jack.
Gump, yeah.
yeah, who has on 4 occasions said, "I want to go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go swimming? You want to take our shirts off and go swimming?"
It like okay. I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but like the dialogue of this movie is like bordering on fucking the lyrics to "Night Swimming" from by REM because he's like, remember Robert Yerk? We used to go down sometimes. There was that one time in Kuwait. We went down to the water. And the water was glistening all over his body, and it was great. And
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying he's a little into it.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
And he invites the not professor / Bryan Cranston guy to go swimming with him. But
Yep.
that guy, as he gets the name of Sourball because he's like, I'm not a piece of candy.
I'm not a piece of candy.
So for the rest of the movie, the lead guy calls him Sourball.
It's like, okay, sour ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Have they endeared themselves to each other, or is that like
No.
a point of contention? Like
Yeah,
what?
No, it's
But they keep doing it.
this is a 70s movie. Everybody pretty much hates everybody
Yeah.
to their core.
Yeah. They have basically come up with a plan, which I think is to go back up the mountain. But in the morning, that the guy who wants to go swimming is so fucking drunk because he drank all the alcohol that he's like, "Going swimming," and just drives off in the Jeep.
Is the Killdozer,
Drives up in the one Jeep that's left,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Killdozer that went up a hill but came down a mountain.
Right. He drives it onto the beach and then gets stuck and then looks straight ahead, and Killdozer is there 9,000 feet away, and he just sits there. And
I
goes,
just love it. He
"No."
gets shit faced and does exactly what we said. Is like he's just like, let's go swimming, woo!
Yeah.
And that's literally what he does. He just cranks the Jeep up and goes hauls ass.
And
tears
they're
up to
like,
the
"No, wait."
beach. Yeah, and Killdozer's waiting for him, and
Yeah.
yeah, he gets Austin Powered to death. He's just is like, well, I can't start the Jeep, so I guess I'm just gonna sit here and
Can't get
die.
away. It's an open Jeep, by the way.
It is.
Like, it's the easiest car to get out of. There's literally no obstacle.
Yes.
There was a scene before this where they were back at their camp doing stuff, and Killdozer appears up on a cliff and just starts pushing rocks down onto them. And the one guy who's wearing a fucking helmet still managed to get fucking clobbered by a bunch of rocks,
Right.
which hit him in the ribs or something, or the hip, because
Yes, it's the ribs and the hip. I
because
think.
when he needs to move later, it is constantly like, ow, I've been hit with Killdozer rocks and must fall down. But even still, with his injury, could outrun Killdozer. Because make no mistake, this is the slowest fucking machine you've ever seen.
The Caterpillar D9 has a maximum speed of 6.3 miles per hour.
Okay.
A human being jogs at 8 miles an hour.
Okay, jogs.
Yes. So you could break out in a brisk walk and probably be either keeping pace with or slightly increasing your distance from
Yep.
the Killdozer.
It's one of the problems with this movie because characters have to flail around and make up excuses as to why they can't just trot away from the Killdozer. Like, really, they should just be able to power walk around this island for 36 hours until the boat shows up, and then just be like, "Hey, this thing is fucking shit. Can we just get on?"
I mean, there's one scene in Menace where Killdozer is literally stumping for himself because it's just all he's it's just like, look at the power of this thing, and he's just ripping up stumps while
Yes.
Sourpuss or whatever is like watching him from afar. Like,
Sour ball.
okay,
Sour
Sourball.
Ball.
Yeah, he has a Sourpuss too, though.
But his name is Sour Ball.
Okay.
Respect the man.
All right, well, his face is also soury, so which is a puss. If
You
didn't
should be
know.
sorry for not calling him Sour Ball.
Okay. But anyway, he sees
Yeah.
Killdozer just like ripping up some stumps, and he's like, "Oh shit! It's not only is it not dead, it's still just milling about and
doing whatever.
tearing stuff up.
So mad.
And then I think it sees him. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, it sees him. It turns and looks at him.
Sure, but it doesn't like pursue him like it probably should. But I mean, at one point they cavalierly brush off the fact that Killdozer is just taking its time with. Why does he have to hurry? You know, like
Yeah.
it's got all day and night or whatever.
I do like when it teabags that one guy.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
When
It murders him and it moves its blade back and forth like, ha, ha, ha. Killdozer's better than you.
You fucking noob.
Yeah. Get good,
Get
scrub.
good, scrub. Yeah, so now there's only 2 men left, and they have a scene where they've buried them all on the beach, and it's like, you guys are going to jail no matter what happens at the end of this movie.
Oh yeah, because they have this weird thing of like we could just say it was like a rock slide and it killed everybody because they're never.
Oh, yeah,
they're
when
never
they-
going to believe all this other shit. And
When they do defeat Killdozer, there's a surprising little coda at the end of this where they're like, "Oh shit, what do we do?"
I think it's. I think they're planning how they're going to kill.
No, it's at the end
is
because
it?
they're
Okay.
leaning against
All right.
Killdozer, like, "Phew, we're going to jail."
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just
Because the boss is like, "Nope, tell
yeah,
the truth," and he's
truth
like,
to the end.
and
it's
that
like,
guy's like, "Oh my god, I love you, sir."
yeah.
Anyway,
He's like, I've been waiting to go to prison my entire life, and I can't wait.
yeah.
That guy talking about swimming with Robert E. Hurd over there. Ugh,
Yeah.
I've been ready.
They end up in a shovel, a giant crane shovel,
Mm-hmm.
and Killdozer's like, finally, a worthy opponent, and kind of just pushes against that while they push against it with the it's not cool. Like,
no, it's not.
I mean, for 74, it's not going to be remotely cool, but it is so completely not cool because it's just basically like in the shovel they just put it down to block the Killdozer, and Killdozer just goes "Meh," and then
Bonk.
backs up a
Yeah.
little bit and then comes at them again, and they put the shovel down in front of it and it goes "Meh."
But Chuck, there's that really exciting moment when they knock part of the smokestack off of Killdozer.
They've heard
It's
it
true,
and
yeah.
it
and
does nothing.
it just goes "Meh."
It goes bumpy dumber. Ow.
It does.
Oh, Bumpy Dumb Birdie.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then at one point the guy miscalculates and goes lower, so Killdozer has the high ground.
Yeah.
Basically.
Don't
I
come,
thought he was
don't
trying
come
to-
at me, Anakin.
I thought he was trying to like lift up the Killdozer from underneath. I didn't know he miscalculated
He fucked
because
up.
this entire scene was like the same shot over and over again. I thought he had a plan,
Yeah.
but was just poorly executing it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But they jump out of that, and then he's like, "Wow, it's too bad we can't kill it." Wait a minute, maybe we can,
You can't kill a machine,
but with electricity,
maybe if you put some juice in the big fella.
we squirt it with juice.
And then what is probably the most shocking turn in this entire movie,
Shocking.
at least for me. I mean,
It's
pretty shocking.
Yes, it is shocking in terms of what is about to happen, but also like this is basically where Predator got its ending. I mean,
It's-
maybe it's not. I mean, maybe this is totally like an old trope that I am not aware of. But
Well, I think it's a very similar thing to whatever the movie was that the thing was a remake of.
the thing from the another world or
That
whatever.
one.
Yeah.
That's twice in the last month that
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what that's
They
called.
did in the thing from another world. They do end it. It's like
Similarly.
when we watched the space movie.
Yes.
Space movie. I
Uh,
like
space
space
movie.
movies.
Christ, it was just a couple weeks ago. What is Creature?
Christ in
Creature.
space. Creature.
Right. They tried to kill the thing with
Creature.
but using the grid on the ground, electrocuting it like they did
Oh,
in the
right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They do the same thing here, which is they just
But I mean, this one's
But the
like.
kill me now thing is not.
Yeah.
I don't-
yeah, because
I mean, because they all right. So they have a generator. They lay out some
mesh.
mesh. I mean, it's basically like so
Just
they
a
can park
grid.
cars and not have them get stuck in the sand, basically. You know, but it's metal and so
a bunch of metal shit.
yeah, and cover it all up because I guess they're like better safe than sorry. Killdozer
Well,
might know.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Kill,
did
well,
destroy a razor.
Killdozer is pretty smart.
Yeah,
Killdozer's figured out a lot of shit.
but yeah, and then they're just like they just sit there. One guy hides. One guy sitting in another piece of equipment, like come at me, and Killdozer starts coming at him, and then gets to the very edge, and then like
Dips a toe.
yeah, dips its blade down and is like, "Is that metal? I'm not going to step there." It starts going around it.
Yeah.
like fucking
Yeah.
Predator.
And the guy jumps out and he's like, "I'm
Yeah,
here.
Kill me. Killdozer me.
Kill me. I'm
Yeah.
here."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I was just like, I was watching it. I'm just like, I am kind of flabbergasted right now.
It is a very similar setup. Like
Yeah.
I was joking when I was like,
Yes.
okay, Killdozer's gonna dip a toe onto this thing, and go, wait a minute,
Mhm.
but nope, that's
Yeah.
exactly what happens.
And when it started going around, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
But yeah, eventually they get the thing on there, and
That's pretty much it.
they electrocuted it, and they see every so often when they've had it docile, they lean up against it and go, "That's a weird hum. You hear that hum?" And one guy will go, "No," but there's a weird hum coming from it. Robert Urich was the first one to hear it because it was really loud.
Yeah, it's a tone. I mean, it's probably the same person that was fucking around with the synthesizer for the soundtrack. Just gave him a tone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they electrocute it, and you see the blue light come out of it and go away, and then they just go over to it and put their ear on it. It's like, "Do you hear it?" And he's like, "Nope,
Yeah.
sure don't."
Are you sure that can't transfer into you, fucking
Yeah, it's
Prometheus guys?
Yeah, are you now the Killdozer boss? But yeah, no, they're just like, well, obviously we're safe. Now what do we do? It's like, we tell the truth. Like, I love you, sir. Credits?
Yeah, and doesn't he throw his hat up like it's fucking graduation?
does.
He throws
He
his
does.
hard hat up.
He just goes, yeehaw, and throws his hat up in the air in a joyful celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Killdozer, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Killdozer, everybody. There's really not a lot to it. Really. I mean,
It is a whole lot of that one guy just like telling stories and everyone else just sitting around going, "Shut the fuck up," and us sitting around going, "Shut the fuck up," and nobody shutting the fuck up. And then occasionally a cacophony of construction noises. Like when it comes into what is it? There's one thing it destroys. I think it's like the first thing it destroys.
Robert Urich is
it's-
instructed to drive through the barracks.
Yeah, the old barracks. It's like they put all the sound
Oh,
equipment
yeah.
inside the fucking barracks and then just drove an actual bulldozer through it.
Yeah.
So,
But it's
where
right
they put
before
the
he hits-
bulldozer inside the sound equipment.
that too, yeah. But yeah, it's just like there's a lot of that, and then this guy, the annoying guy, will just say some dumb shit or reminisce about something, or some other random shit where it's just like, "Hey, I caught 2 touchdowns in the Cotton Bowl." That never means fuck all. It's not like some moment where it's like
he's going to throw a grenade at it.
He's gonna have to catch the dynamite.
Yeah, he's like, "I got this."
Yeah, no. I mean, they do talk about blowing up Killdozer, but when Killdozer goes through their camp, it basically just fucks up all the dynamite.
Yeah.
Blows up all the red barrels and everything.
The weird thing is there's that longer than normal shot of when the mechanic dude is leaning against a stack of boxes of explosives smoking his cigar.
God.
And the other guy is looking at him, looking at the cigar, looking at the sign, looking back at him. And the guy just kind of shrugs and keeps smoking his cigar. And you're like, okay, we have introduced dynamite. That is the thing that is going to be used to destroy Killdozer.
Nope.
No, it is not.
Yep.
So it subverted expectations. Good job, Killdozer. Genius writing.
It's true. The real Killdozer was the dozers we made along the way.
I don't think that's
The real kills were the dozers we made along the way.
Sure.
Neither of those is accurate. The
One
real
of them,
nothings
I'm-
are the nothing we made along the way. So, anyone else want to opine anything about the fine moments that we witnessed?
Did he knock down any pines? I don't think there was many pines.
If there were
in-
any fine moments in Killdozer, we would have opined them already.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm going to rate it first.
More like
cause,
Opain. Huh? Am I right?
Yeah, you are.
I know.
I'm going to rate it first because I know my rating is going to be different than everyone else's. I'm giving it 2 jocks because I think it's so silly. It is so unbelievably silly.
I knew by how many times you giggled
Yeah.
that you were going to give it a couple jocks.
Here's the thing. Without the moments I'm about to describe, it is not a Jocks movie. But the little moments that they were smart enough to film, which is just Killdozer on a cliff, its eyes start to glow, or it growls, or it just moves the thing up and down, or it does something. There's
or it's one time it's like hiding in the underbrush.
Yes.
It's going on in stealth mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's the one time when they've brought it back to camp and the one guy goes outside to smoke and is standing next to it, and somehow, without making a fucking sound, it lifts the thing all the way up and then slams it to the ground.
Yeah. The hydraulic based blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It moves
Silently.
with no sound. It's a stealth move.
Hey, alien technology, man.
Yeah.
Or something.
I love the fact that whatever was trapped in the space rock was just like, you know what? Fuck everything. I'm going to murder all of you. I am fucking Killdozer now. No attempt to communicate. No, like, hey, put me back in my rock.
I mean, for all we know, this was the fucking Phantom Zone, and this was like,
Sure.
Zod Dozer. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
Zoddozer.
we don't know. It just might have been some malevolent force.
Could have been.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they exiled their criminal in a space rock.
I went into a caterpillar and
Yeah.
started murdering people.
Yeah.
It became a butterfly. A murder butterfly.
Murder butterfly. So, yeah, 2 jocks. It's so silly. but it strains your entertainment value, if that makes sense. Like, you really have to do a lot of work for yourself to get something out of it. And again, it is a 74-minute movie. It is super short. It is one of those movies that ran in a 90-minute block on network television, which I'm all for. Like, I kind of love that, but the story isn't even long enough for 74 minutes.
I think for most of those reasons you said, I'm giving it a single bag. I think honestly, just for the same reasons. I mean, there's not a lot going on. It's mildly entertaining from time to time by you bringing your own fun and, you know, narrating Killdozer's thoughts and things that it's doing along the way. But
Right.
like what it's doing along the way is basically nothing. And the thing is like you've got. So you like Robert Urich seemed like he was going to have a personality, but he gets killed in like 3 seconds. We didn't mention the second guy that gets killed is like the one black dude in the movie. It kind of looks like Lionel Richie, just because most dudes of that time did, like or all the members of the Commodores really. But anyway, it's just like he seemed like he might have a little bit of personality, and then the only guy that's like left after those two are killed is Slappy or whatever, the simple Jack
Ball.
guy. Yeah, no, not that guy. He's not.
Oh, the other guy.
I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like he is the only like possible personality. The rest of it is like all stoic, quiet types.
Right, because you've got Robert Urich, you know who
Guys
he is.
from the Rifleman.
Right. Well, or it looks like him.
whatever.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But you got Robert Urich, you know who he is. You got the black guy who's got personality.
Right.
And then you've got the guy who wants to go swimming, and the weird like guy who looks like the doctor from Cannonball Run, mechanic. And then you've got
Yeah.
the two dudes who at one point I thought one guy was the other guy
Yep.
until the other guy walked into the tent and I was like, what the
Yep.
fuck?
Yeah, they were both there. And it was
How
like,
are there two of
I,
you?
I swear there was a large part of this movie. I was 100% convinced there were 5 people in this camp.
Yes.
And then like when I was like, I started doing math and I was like, and there were 5 people in the scene. I knew one guy was dead. I was like, wait.
I thought somehow when the boss was putting on his hard
Yeah.
hat, he looked just different enough to where when his hard hat was off, I'm like, that's clearly you. And then he would walk in from off camera like, hello, and it's like, what?
Yep.
How?
How many Marlboro men are on this island?
Yeah.
All of them.
Stop it.
All of them.
Yes. And they just all left their like, you know, their talk boxes behind because they're just like, we can't up them where you don't have our SAG cards. Yeah.
And again, I know it's not a long movie, but for half the movie, the people who have seen Killdozer kill are just brushing it off. They're like, nah, that can't happen. Just, no, I didn't see that. That's no way that happened.
Mhm.
They could have solved this problem so much earlier if they just hadn't been like, no such thing.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah, the foreman turns into the mayor from Amity Island for no reason.
It's like, we got to get this job
And it's
done.
like, I mean, he's clearly seen like 3 or 2 like times when he was like at the controls when this thing has gone funky.
yeah.
And
just
and a
completely like,
third
what?
time when what's it, Dresden or what the black guy's name is, like he's got a weird name. It's like
It's Dresden?
it's
That's awesome.
something. No, Beltran. It was like
That's awesome too.
well, it was like I knew it was like a something and name, but I mean it's like he saw this guy jump off the thing and this continue to swerve around and chase him and lower the blade up. I mean he's seen it do things that are not explainable by like you know simple basic malfunctions. I mean this
Mhm.
thing was chasing this guy down
Yeah.
and it tore through the camp and he's like I don't know. We might be okay.
Well, I like that when the Cotton Bowl guy realizes what he's seeing, and he's like, "There's got to be a logical explanation for this. It's spies."
Well,
They're
it's
on
like
the island
he's like it's a
somewhere.
remote control.
Right.
Somebody's remote controlling it, and he's like, "Who would do this? Spies, maybe? I don't know." Like,
And then one guy mocks him with another thing that's just as impossible, and he's like, "Come on."
yeah. Well,
Come
maybe
on,
it's a
guy.
mad scientist.
Yes.
It's like maybe it fucking is. I don't know. Like, your actual explanation is fucking space alien rock. So, like, you know, maybe accept the impossible Occam's
Well,
razor here.
The one guy who looks like the other guy comes into the tent at one point and slams the meteorite down on the table and is like, "You're a geologist. Does this look weird to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Could be from space." Anyway.
You know, I see shit from space all the time.
Like, and they make a point. Robert Urich has a collection of sci-fi novels, and it's like, why aren't you looking at
yes.
like picking one up and go, "Fucking Killdozer"?
Yeah.
What?
I know. I mean, that's the thing is like, as soon like there are so many things in this movie. Where, like I've seen other movies. This leads to something like this is the kid in Back
Right.
to the Future going, "It's this, Pa."
Yeah.
You know, and like, oh, okay, I'm suddenly on board by this fucking Robert Ellison novel. Like, yeah, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, BJ. Please rate.
Oh,
this.
no
Yeah,
problems. The biggest thing I can give Killdozer points for, and this is the saddest saddest start to a sentence I've ever said in my entire life, is the remote control of said Killdozer. I don't know how they did it.
It's good. It's dangerous.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool as shit. I'm sure they could have done that with radio control back in the 70s. Like, you know, there are tons of smart people out there who are like, yeah, I'll fucking figure out a way to make a Killdozer. So like that was the most enjoyable thing for me, was just watching Killdozer obviously Killdoze by itself. Like, maybe somebody was like hidden in that machine somewhere, because things like that are old and huge. But just watching it hoon around was a fairly pleasant time. That being said, 2 bags, because the rest of it was so bad I fell asleep.
You took a little Killdozer.
Yeah,
Killdozed off.
I Killdozed off. Yeah,
Aw.
I didn't want to. I was trying, but it just fucking bored me to
Yeah.
sleep.
You might need some
Literally.
no-dozers for your
Those
Killdozers.
Guys on Madagascar needed no doze.
Yeah, they should not be paid because they did terrible work by dying.
No doze.
The 2 survivors get their share.
Do they?
That's how construction movies work, right?
Oh,
they
I-
get they
yeah.
get like,
Yeah.
we get his share.
Right.
It's always shares.
Well, that's
Sure.
how miners, like miners.
I know.
Miners.
It's still whatever. Stake
Or
a claim, whatever.
Or iPhone assemblers. Oh, no.
No,
No,
those
no,
people
no,
don't
yeah.
get paid at all.
Okay.
Yeah. OR.
They
Sorry.
get-
Sorry about
They
that.
get no stake. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. It's always interesting when, like, in one of our movies, there's a car driving itself or something doing its
Yeah.
own thing, and you're like, it's cool. How are they doing that? I mean, I know obviously how they're doing it, but it's neat. You know?
Yeah.
I still my favorite.
I want to know how they're doing this one.
My favorite one of all time is from the Raid 2. Like how they got that car to drive itself.
Oh, with the
remember?
guy that was
The guy that was
wearing
the seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the driver was wearing the seat, and the guy climbs, basically
Yeah.
sits in his lap for the
Yeah.
rest of the scene. Yeah.
My favorite is always when they explain it, like, oh, he just sat down where the pedals were, and we had a monitor, and he could look at it and just.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
The 3 things. It doesn't matter how many times I see him. I want to see him again. Car stunts, boobs, and remote control Killdozers.
It's a shame this one only had one of those 3.
Yeah. Well, they could have showed me Veronica Lake. God damn it.
To mention Veronica Lake and not even show her in a photo that a character was holding is
Yeah.
just the big, because like there's no female characters in this movie.
Well, in 1974, if you're going to be watching Killdozer, you probably already know what Veronica Lake looks like. But
Like, for us, we were like, show us Veronica Lake.
Yeah.
Let us see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get thirsty for someone who's been dead for 60 years.
Well,
I don't care.
whatever. If it's a good photo, it's a good photo.
For those of you who are not instantly deafened by the old man alarm, Veronica Lake was a lady.
That's true.
Fact check. True.
She was a lady.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
She's a lady.
No, you know Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
For those of you who are
Pervs.
still old,
I can bring it up another 10 years. Did you see LA Confidential?
there you go.
Okay.
The peekaboo hairstyle.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just
That's
saying,
a
like,
Veronica Lake.
the Kim Basinger was
Oh,
supposed to be
yeah.
the sort of lookalike for Veronica Lake
Yeah.
in LA Confidential.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Actually, that might be
There
15 years. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Uh,
But also, maybe you can't watch LA Confidential anymore, so who knows?
It's true. I don't think you can, despite the outcome of that trial. I think it's still bad. So that's Killdozer, everybody. That's Spooky Month, everybody. We're putting this in an envelope and sending it to ourselves. We patented Spooky Month.
Right. We patented. Fuck that word.
Patented it?
Patented.
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 Fatinies?
No, stop. Yeah.
R.I.P. Veronica Lake, 1973. Shit.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Gone too soon. Before even I was born, and
Yeah.
I am
Sorry,
old.
I need to knock a few years off my estimate. It's more like 50.
Yeah. So, BJ,
Yo,
tell people how to
Tell 'em
talk
anything.
to us.
Oh, it's easy. You use the internet.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
We'll be here on the internet when you return.
Just turn on your internet, and we'll
There
be
we
right
are.
there waiting.
Whoop, there we are.
Yeah, just type in the search thing podcast, and you'll find us.
Yeah,
Yes.
just walk up to your computer and turn it on, and we'll be
Yeah,
there.
just put
AOL
your hands
keyword
over your head and go podcast,
podcast.
and
Yes.
your Xbox will turn on and deliver us to
Right.
your ears.
AOL keyword BMFcast. God damn, I would love to have that. Like,
Yeah. I know.
All we have to do is go back in time and reserve that somehow.
and then prevent AOL from completely shutting down like it has now.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm going to start with the thing that I don't normally start with, which is if you're listening to this in only the audio form, you can actually watch these live on the YouTubes. That's at youtube.com/BMFcast. And we're there every Wednesdays, like 9:30.
Yep.
We be there. If you're not sure, if we're not there for some reason, if you want to check and make sure that we're actually going to be there, check us out on Twitter. We post about when the show's going live. It's twitter.com/BMFcast. Or you can hop in the Discord with us. I'm sure there's a tweet on our Twitter that will link you to the Discord. And we have a whole little event thing that we put up that'll tell you when we're going to be live on the YouTubes. But you can hang out and get in the chat with our friends Bob and Matt and Leola and Curtis and other Bob and Jimmy and
Lamb chop.
You're going to like
Sourball.
Other Bob.
Yeah, other Bob's great. He's a good dude.
Other Bob.
I realized I had said Bob and I was going to say Bob again, so I had to slide another in there.
You had to-
Anyway.
You had to weave.
We have a meeting with the Bobs every week.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. So, yeah, or as Matthew Garcia says in the live stream chat, you can open the door and scream in the general direction of Florida, and we will respond.
It's true.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah, we got a Discord, so do that thing. We also have the website bmfcast.com, and we have the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline 910-5-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. And if you really, really like what we are doing, what we have done, and what we will do, go to patreon.com/BMFcast and give us as much money as you can steal from your parents.
Also,
Yeah.
by the way, that's just a pro tip for life. Whenever you want to feel better, is just open up your door, point towards Florida, and scream.
Yeah.
That's just a generally good idea.
But if you have a specific request, use
Yeah.
our names.
we can't answer all the cries and screams that have to
Right.
deal with Florida. We don't have that much power, but
It does work better if you holler instead
Oh,
of scream.
that's
so
true. Yeah.
Right.
holler at your boys.
Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
All right.
I am Harlow.
I am BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. Holla if you hear me.
Hi.
We will not reply with screams, though, because we ain't no holla back boys.
Right.
My shit is bananas.
Did you know that AOL is owned by Yahoo?
I didn't know that was the case anymore, or now.
If you go
So-
to AOL.com, it has a 2022 Yahoo copyright on it.
So they merged with Time Warner, and then Time Warner sold AOL, split AOL off back to Yahoo,
Mhm.
which is hilarious because they were.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember like when that happened, being like, "Wow, this was like the
That was not too long
rivalry.
ago, right?
yeah." Yeah.
Just a couple years.
Well, time. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 10 years ago.
Wait, AOL and Yahoo were a competition?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yahoo was its own actual service.
Yeah, Yahoo was a
Had
I-
chat
search engine
rooms and-
/ landing page.
It wasn't ever an ISP. I mean, AOL was actually like an actual internet
You
service.
get a
right?
Yahoo account with email address and
Well, sure.
like
yeah,
you
but
didn't
that's
dial
like
into
Google.
Yahoo.
It wasn't an ISP, but it was a
I mean,
service.
Google's a
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
example because some people do have Google Internet, but
It was basically you dial up and then you connect to your you.
yeah, I'm just saying. I
Yahoo
thought
account.
I thought AOL was pretty much already dead by the time the search engine war started. I thought it was always Google, Yahoo, and Alta Vista, Lycos, all those shit were always like. Yeah.
You thought which was dead?
Although, like, I thought AOL was kind of like already dead in the search space
Oh.
by then.
No, it was not. Well, I mean, okay, AOL was never big in the search space. They tried. God, did they try? To make a way in the in the like pure internet search space, because they also kicked off a whole shitload of content. like I was there during the content wars, and AOL lost. But
Really?
yeah.
Wow. That's surprising.
So Verizon owned Yahoo and AOL and then sold that off.
Right.
That happened in 2021.
Okay.
Yikes.
I remember that happening during all the shit and just being like, who fucking cares? Everyone's dying. We are the second hit if you search for BMFcast on AOL.com.
Who's the first?
That show with 50 Cent.
Oh
or
God.
whatever.
Maybe we're getting some folks.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's got videos for us here,
Nice.
including.
How's the AOL search? How's that look? AOL.
It looks like everything else.
It's like Yahoo.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's got our most
that
recent
looks
episode
exactly like Yahoo.
on the
Oh,
first
God.
page. I don't know what's
Yeah, it
feeding
kinda
us.
does
Our,
look like
our
everything
Reddit
else.
page is on the first page. Like, that's a weird hit.
I mean, the only time I ever see Yahoo's homepage is when I'm logging in to check my spam email account and accidentally click the homepage and send it directly to the mail.yahoo.com.
Yep.
Because, I mean, for all they do bad, their spam filtering is still really good. So it's good for a spam email account. Like, relevant things are actually sitting in my inbox. Most of it's in the giant pile of trash. It's like 1,000 messages a day.
I had.
You know, honestly,
What?
that AOL search page is pretty clean.
It's not bad.
It's better than Google's right now.
And it's relevant results.
Mhm.
Not a bunch of bullshit.
That's why I only Bing.
I do
Get all
like
my-
the
Getting all my Microsoft rewards
Yeah.
points
yeah.
from all that searching.
And you get tits.
Right,
Like,
Bob.
Even
and
if you're not
feet.
searching for
And
them.
feet.
Bing boobs.
Big boobs.
Feet and tits and feet
Hash-
on tits.
Hashtag Bing boobs.
Tit feet.
I had a small hope that clicking on the
I don't know what tit
BMFcast,
feet are, but it's the new thing.
the BMFcast Reddit, that maybe someone had decided to keep going with it.
Nope.
Everyone was like,
The last thing that was posted was a bunch of spam, which I had to delete.
Oh.
I didn't know it happened, but Walt told me about it.
oh, well, that's nice.
Walt was like, "Hey, brother, you got a bunch of spam shit on your Reddit." And
Maybe-
I was like, "Oh, we still have that, huh?"
Maybe Walt's the one person online, according to the BMFcast.
No, it's you.
It's not. I'm not logged in.
No, it's just
because I searched for it on AOL.
But you're
I'm there.
you're on the page.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, we have 35 members.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
That's cool.
And our moderator list is hidden. No one knows.
That is correct. I did that.
yeah.
Did that because
Oh,
I
well.
didn't want myself to get harassed.
God, who was it who was like, you guys need a Reddit page? We were like, okay. And then we did it. And it was like, even that person didn't participate on our Reddit page. We're like, what the fuck, guy?
We did the work. We made it.
We did,
Made it look
yeah.
okay.
Made awful graphics for it. And
Those aren't awful. Those are good.
Those are okay.
I still struggle to understand Reddit's place in the world.
I've gotten.
Link aggregator. Just look at shit. When you're going to bed, open up Reddit and
Yeah.
go, for 30 minutes.
I
and then go
don't
to
like the
sleep.
way it's organized still because my brain operates on a forum mentality, but there's some good information there
Understandable.
because the information is so hyper specific.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the real fucking beauty of Reddit is not like if you want to use Reddit for to enrich your life instead of just being like toilet scroll,
Right.
then find some things that you're like some specific things you're into, like feet or
I'm not into feet.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever, man. We're
I'm
not
Totally
judging
into
you.
feet. Yeah, I'm
like
Tarantino's.
flashlights or pool cues or you know
Mhm.
headphones. Like find the niche thing that you're into and subscribe to all the related subreddits, and you'll never need to actively learn a thing ever again. It'll just all be in your face all the time.
I'm guessing some subreddits are better than others. I just feel like the hyper specific ones that I've ever gotten into get. I mean, maybe it's just missing moderation or something, or I don't know. I just don't know how you
That
do.
too, yeah.
I don't know how you do moderation without being a dick. But I feel like on the internet you need somebody to be a dick because too many people just don't understand what the internet is for. And because I mean, like okay, so specific. I like collecting Marvel Legends and 112 scale
Yeah.
action figures and stuff. So like, but too many times it's like I go there and it's like I want to read about news or tricks or something like this, or like I found this weird thing or something like that. But too many people, it's just like every day it's like I went into Walmart and these are the 3 things I bought. It's like who gives a fuck? Like, you don't need to share every day. There's no points for like buying your boring shit that anyone can buy. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, it's like it just becomes content overload. I'm like, I want specific shit. I don't care that you went and bought 2 figures. And
Yeah.
it was the 2 you're allowed to buy this month because you're 4 or whatever. You know, like I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing that may be a little bit too. Are you dying, Chuck? Are you dying of?
It is kind of.
It's a little stroke-inducing.
I'm having a blast.
I mean, I like how it looks.
I feel a little foamy.
One
but
is
I'm
fine. I think both of them is like I can't look straight ahead without going into the time tunnel.
Okay, that's fair. Can't even read this. It's gray on the text on this shit is gray on gray. Smooth. Okay.
He's my favorite. Also, the Dragons character. Gray on the gray.
Yeah. But some of them are too big, right? And they're too many people just upvote anything that's
Content. Yay!
that's related
One
that they
for
see.
you.
I guess that's it. Maybe it's just. I mean, it is the community too because it is an upvote-based system. So
Right,
I mean,
right.
clearly somebody's like, "That's great."
I
you
have
bought the
learned
thing."
a tremendous amount of useful shit by following the Steam Deck Reddit.
Sure.
And the thing that I love most about it is how pretty positive it is because everyone loves their Steam Deck. The thing is that everyone's like, I got my Steam Deck, and they post a picture of it. And then I think yesterday someone posted something like, we all know what the Steam Deck looks like. Can we stop posting pictures of the Steam Deck?
Yeah.
And that person was immediately murdered by downvotes.
Yeah.
It was like, you get out of here.
So those are the things that happen. Either that will happen,
Yeah.
or you will then see 15. Can we please stop posting pictures of our Steam Deck posts? And then following that, you will get the train of can we stop posting about posting your Steam Deck pictures?
Right.
I love watching that develop
Yes.
over the course of a couple days.
Can we stop posting about stop posting the stop postings?
Yeah, and eventually it just it peters out. But
Yeah. But like the Reddit is how I found out you can put your own custom animation at the start of the Steam Deck, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm doing that. So I never would have done that otherwise.
What does yours do now?
It's the Steam Deck logo, but the Canon. It's animated with the Canon logo. It's rad. Here,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Looks
show it
good.
to you.
Oh, you have your Steam Deck. You are portable.
I take it with me every day because I play it every day.
Aww.
So yeah, and pro tip out there: if you're ever looking for some information on a niche thing, right? Like you've got a weird electronic device that you don't know how to operate or whatever. Just Google that thing space Reddit.
Oh, also, not trying to interrupt. I just because you have your case here. Did you know that the dock thing fits perfectly in here? Yeah, their official dock fits perfectly in this little space.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what it was meant for?
Probably.
It's meant for the power supply. But
Oh, you said power supply last
but it
time.
does
yeah.
fit perfectly.
No, I
Nice.
thought they should. Maybe the power supply and maybe the power supply.
I mean, maybe it was made for the dock, but the power supply fits in there perfectly.
Oh.
And doesn't bulge. So.
Okay.
Doesn't bull.
Yeah, I thought there was. I thought I saw somebody say there was somebody you could take the power of the dock and the Steam Deck all on this, but I don't know.
You just tape the power supply to it. You could have also sent him the Twitter link.
I could have, but he's not on Twitter.
The what for your animation?
I sent him a link to the message you sent in Discord with the Twitter link. Do.
Okay.
It's good shit.
I didn't understand what you meant when you said the Canon logo. I was trying to picture. I was picturing the Steam logo, and I was like, "Is that supposed to be a Canon in some way?" I was like,
No.
"Man, that's some abstract ass like Ollie Moss Canon shit."
Oh, Ollie Moss.
Yeah.
Aw.
That name hasn't come up in my circles in a while.
I just, like I said,
Yeah.
whenever I think of things you might have to look at twice before you realize it's actually a picture of something else. It's like, oh wait, yeah, okay. I see Dirty Harry's face is actually the gun.
All right, closing all my tabs.
Yeah, we turned super blue again when,
Yeah.
after the
Closing all my feet
after
tabs.
the light show.
After the
over
light
there.
party?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know if that just re-engaged white balance or if it was just like I give up.
I think it's we were all yellow and now we're blue.
We wrote a song. We wrote a song for you.
Oh, we got flagged.
And VJ's side is blue, but our side is all yellow.
We get flagged twice.
They Might Be Giants singing fucking Coldplay.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Very good.
Thank you.
You've done it. Good night, everybody.
Good night, the internet.
Thanks for coming along for Spooky Month.
All 39 of you.
Have a good spooky day.
Why did that have to sound so creepy and lame at the same time?
Because it's spooky.
Enjoy your rainbow of fentanyl and death.
Yes. You are going to get so high. Ooh.
All right.